so welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin.
I'm Tarsha.
And this is Conversations with the Crawleys, where we have conversations about faith, family, relationships, and we do recaps, reviews, and commentary on some of our favorite shows. This one is all about Stacia and Nate from Married at First Sight Season 15 in San Diego. So if this is content that you enjoy, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe, hit the like, request notifications,
and share.
And we will see you in the comments. All right. And also...
I was going to say.
I wasn't going to forget.
Don't forget.
Hit that join button. You become a member. We appreciate all of our members. We will definitely see you in the membership pages. Listen, we got some live stream ideas coming up. So definitely make sure you do that. All right? Mm-hmm. All right. So let's jump into Stacia and Nate. She's meeting with her mom. And, Mom, you don't love me yet.
Baby, it's been a month. Calm down.
Slow your roll.
And it's just like, one thing I do appreciate about her mom is that there's some authenticity in their conversations, right? No matter you're on TV and what, at the end of the day, you are married. You got married at first sight. Mm-hmm. And so they're talking about trust. Yes. And Stacia trying to come to terms with not having trust, specifically in a partner because of her past experiences. And her mom is trying to make sure she's not getting in her own way.
Right. Because mom was like, you know how you keep picking at a scab and it's not healing, it's not growing, it's not doing anything. Stop picking at the scab. Let it happen. Let this thing grow. You're looking for, 3-year feelings. And it's been 4 weeks. Right. It's only been a month. Right. If it's progressing, it's progressing. Right. If it had stalled, that's a different thing. Right. Correct. And I think for her, it's like she wants to have all these big, grandiose feelings and statements, what have you. And he's like, I'm doing the work to move us forward, but I'm not rushing through it because I want to make sure that it's authentic and real.
And granted, the way Nate's approaching it is not what she's used to. Right. But at the same time, she's holding back. Yes. And this is a scenario that all people go through, especially, I can say, for women, when you feel like you haven't been in control in the past, but you feel like things has been taken from you, like your trust. Okay. And people say this term all the time, trust is earned and not given. Okay. When that's not how it should work. Right. I should trust you until I can't trust you.
Until you prove to me that you're not trustworthy.
Correct. Yes. And so learning that and trying to get beyond you wanting to be in control on everything and it happening in your timing, you have to adjust that it's not going to happen in your timing. Exactly. And I feel like the mom was really trying to share that with her. But at the same time, she's like, did I put some of this on my daughter because she's seen my past relationship? And did that bring that on? And I think any mother would be sad if you feel like something that you've done in your past or how you handle relationship is causing these hiccups in your daughter's future relationship. Because a lot of times we don't think all the way through. How is this going to affect my kids? True. How are they going to respond when it comes to being in a relationship based off of what they see? I've done in the past. So,
good shoot. All right.
Sharing. Because it happens. I mean, we do have, all people at certain times have trust issues. We're finding that's the common theme in this season about trusting in what you're not knowing, having faith. She's like, how do I have faith? That's it. Faith is walking with what?
What you don't see.
What you don't see.
You don't see how it works out. Yep.
Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen.
Listen,
so with that being the case, some things you're going to have to walk through with a partner is going to be unseen. Yes. But once it's seen, this is where it comes where you trust until you can't trust. Once it comes seen that this person is not going to be continually trustworthy, that they're not going to continually to do the right things in your life, then that's when you have to make those decisions. And it's not wrong that, I fell for it. No. You decided to trust ahead of time. Then they decided they didn't want to be trustworthy. So you did all the right things. But when you try to...
And the issue is then on that person, not on you.
It's not on you, but we feel like it's us.
Right. We feel like it's a failure.
Right.
But the failure was them not being trustworthy. Correct. Not the fact that you trusted.
Boom.
All right. So Nate wants a dog. And so Stacia goes to pick up Kristen's dog. Mitch is just kind of there.
They should have choose the easier dog, but I guess the harder the dog, the better they know, okay, this is what we want, this is what we don't want in a dog.
Because Stacia's like, you want me to do what? With his wrinkle, do what?
Well, where?
And you want me to pick up what? That's from the earth to the earth. Let it stay there.
Yeah, she gets a whole agenda.
Yes.
And she's like
the full agenda.
And she's like, does she like me? Because she's like, is that a growl? No, that's
just
her
a breathing problem. Yeah. It's just this asthma. So they do go to a lawyer because this whole thing this is like the 1 month anniversary, right? So they go to a lawyer because remember she had asked Nate if he would be open to doing a post-NUP. He was like, yeah, he'll do that. So they go to the lawyer and she's like, I want to make sure if we got a bank account with $1 million in it,
and somebody ain't giving,
and somebody
only giving
90% in, and somebody else only puts 10% in, how that work?
And Nate was like, see, if I was Nate, I'd be like, yeah. So if she only gonna put in 10%, I want her to get her 10% back. Right. That's how I would have said.
Or be like, I want half, Eddie. Eddie, I want half.
But at the Nate, look at me. That's hilarious. Because Nate was like, I'm not here for your money. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't ask to be on $1 Million Matchmaker.
Right.
I asked to be married at first sight. So he's like, I want to show her I'm not here for the money. He's here because he wants to have the family.
Right.
And the relationship that maybe he didn't see as a child.
Yep.
So that's so much more valuable to Nate. Yep. He was like, I'll sign anything if I can get my best friend, if I can be in a loving marital relationship. Those are the things that I value the most. So to me, it's like I'm writing my name on this saying that your money means nothing if you don't come with it.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So then they go on their 1 month date. Have a little it wasn't a picnic, but they were out in the middle of nowhere with a table and chairs. And
that's what's a picnic. It was grass.
Yeah, they had chairs. They weren't sitting on the ground.
Oh, so it's not a picnic unless you're sitting on the ground?
Nope, not a picnic. Unless there's a picnic table. That wasn't a picnic table.
Okay, some picnics they just put out a blanket.
I said if you're not on the ground or at a picnic table.
Okay.
Sorry. All right. So, but they're kind of going over their relationship, and he's like, it kind of messed him up when she ignores his actions and what he's doing to progress and move forward. He's like, to rehash kind of what he said at the end of last episode, which was, I'm doing all of these things. You say you want action, but when I give you action, that's not enough. You want me to say something that matches what you want me to say. So. But he does say that they're growing in trust, like kind of what you mentioned as far as trust. And then he says he's falling in love with her.
Yeah, but you missed one important thing.
What did I miss?
He did share his feelings. Said it hurt me.
Yes.
And I think that's what she needed to hear.
I said it messed him up. Same thing. It messed him up.
Well,
that's man speak for it hurt.
Well,
if a brother says it messed him up,
what I'm getting at is that he shared his feelings with her because that was another one of her issues.
Yes.
Oh, you're not going deep enough. You're not telling me how you're feeling. Well, he's saying, listen, all the stuff you're doing, it is hurting me. And so since you want me to feel my emotions, I'm going to tell you what my emotion is. And I think that's what she heard out of all that. You hurt me by doing this.
Yeah.
So all that other stuff is great.
So he says that he's falling in love with her. She's like, am I still at a 4? He's like, nah, you at a 7 now.
Yeah, I would have put her at like a 6 just to keep her.
Like you at a 4.5, 4.5.
I would say you're at like a 5, a strong 5.
So of course, because for her, she needs to hear that he's in love with her. She needs that. That's how she gets her confirmation and gets her affirmation, is that he has to say it.
Yeah, but again, it's been a month, and I feel like he's doing everything he can, but I think she needs to really step up in the area, where she thinks she's gotten a lot of growth. Now it's being tested.
Yeah. And we talked about this. I think part of what's feeding this, just my personal opinion, is that she watched Alexis and Justin have a big, we love each other on the honeymoon. So she's comparing herself in her relationship to that.
I wouldn't compare myself to someone who's overly emotional as a balancing scale from my relationship.
Right.
I feel everyone's going at their own pace, and you have to talk to yourself. Because granted, anyone who's in a relationship and you see other couples and how they respond to each other, you're thinking, am I responding right to my spouse? One good example is your brother and and sister-in-law. They're very lovey-dovey, really outgoing expression about their love to each other, which could cause for being in a room by themselves. Yeah. So, and at times it could be like, am I expressing myself enough? But that's just not how we express how we love each other.
Right.
So I get what you're saying, that maybe she's in her head about that, but at the same time, she definitely has to take her time with her relationship.
So then they go and get matching tattoos.
Yes.
So they get basically their wedding date in Roman numerals.
Which is a lot longer, and yes, that would be a lot. It would probably be a little bit more painful, because I thought they were just going to give regular numbers. I was like, that shouldn't take but a second.
Still, I mean, it didn't look like it was all that. It wasn't like with mine, which was a band where they're just kind of going in, coloring and coloring and coloring and coloring.
She act like life was over, and Nate was like, you haven't even had a baby yet, girl. Yeah. You haven't. This is nothing.
If this is going to freak you out, wait until you have something coming out of you.
Right. So she's like, no, stop. I'm going to have drugs. Because they don't numb you. Because I don't have a tattoo, so they don't numb you.
I know you won't get a matching tattoo with me. I can't get a matching tattoo. Wow. All right. Anyway.
Maybe one day I might surprise you.
Oh, when we like 84?
Right. I'll be like, go ahead, put it on. I can't feel my finger no more.
Wow. Anyway.
At least it won't be faded 20 years from now.
So, they all go out to dinner. All the couples go out to dinner. And so at dinner, she acknowledges that she has growing pains, that she's got to do some maturing and growth in this whole process. And she recognizes she's got work to do on herself, right? Yeah. And that, I think, is very helpful for her to see that, because pointing at Nate and saying, well, you need to do this, you need to do that, is not taking stock of where she is, because both of them need to grow in the relationship, right? Any relationship, marriage, whatever, there's going to have to be growth. And so she's at least recognizing her part in growing.
Well, and then also, it's good for her to say it out loud.
Yes, and for him to hear it.
And she's saying it in front of everyone.
Right.
Like, look, I thought because, I'm in therapy and I'm doing all these things, which is all great things. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. We should all, at times, go to therapy.
Yes.
But guess what? You have to practice it.
Yeah.
And you don't realize where the shortcomings are until you have someone in your life to practice with.
Yes.
And I think now she can take some things back, like, yeah, I thought I was overcoming this, but now here's the person that I've been picturing as my husband. And now I got to really deal with it head on, that I haven't resolved this issue.
Yes.
It's good to talk about it. We can all talk about, this is my hurt. This is where my pain is. But until you get healed from it, it will always be a wound that you talk about.
True. He then talks about, at the dinner table, kind of their sameness of vision, their sameness of goal, that they're moving forward in the right direction. And he publicly states, he's like, all right, I said it when we were by ourselves, but he publicly states that he is falling in love with her and that his goal has been to be with his best friend, and Stacia is his best friend.
Yeah, and they're working on it, you know.
People, let me tell you about my best friend.
Wow. We're up. You're just showing your range of your jump.
I am.
You're showing the range you got.
I just don't expect no Taylor Swift out of me. I'm sorry.
What? That little bit of pop?
No. That mayonnaise version of September that she did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did a horrible version. She did a horrible version of Earth, Wind, and Fire's September. It was bad.
Well, some things you just shouldn't touch. But I digress.
Yeah.
You know, colonize. Anyway.
All right. So, but they are moving forward. He's got his best friend. They seem to be in a good space. Mm-hmm. We still got 4 weeks. There's still more courses coming up.
They got a lifetime
Well, yes, they got 4 weeks that we'll be able to see.
Be able to see.
And then they got a whole lifetime.
Right.
Of,
ups and downs.
Together.
Growing and becoming that best friend.
And making sure they don't have to get laser surgery on that laser removal of the tattoos. All right. So I think that's it for this one. Yeah. Make sure you check out the other recaps and reviews that we're doing on the other couples. Mm-hmm. And we'll see you next time. Have a great one. Be blessed.
Bye.